Hello, my name is Denise Vargas, and I'm glad to be here with you today, running for Arvada City Council at-large seat. I'm a Colorado native, raised in Lakewood, and for the last 11 years, my family and I have been proud to call Arvada our home. At the heart of my campaign are the 3 C's: connection, conversation, and community. Connection means bringing people together across differences. Conversation means being willing to engage in the tough but necessary discussions. And community means keeping Arvada a place where families, businesses, and neighbors thrive together. So let's get together and start making decisions again together for Arvada.
What steps will you take to address the needs of the unhoused and the affordable housing crisis?
I think my first step would be to assess what's happening, right? Look at what we already have in place, what seems to be working, what doesn't seem to be working, having conversations with leadership that's already in place that is addressing those things and see what they're already doing at this point. Having worked with the unhoused population for a long time, the first and foremost thing that typically people need is housing. So affordable housing, accessible housing, that's also visitable, right? That isn't just someplace unseen where it's difficult to get to and we aren't able to appropriately access services for those folks. We would probably need to engage nonprofits. We would probably need to engage other entities that help to construct affordable housing that is visitable, and I like that idea. So getting and then looking at how we're already using land, what exists that we can then help folks to thrive in our community. And so, I think unhoused people, they're not looking to be unhoused, but they are looking for community. So I think that that's the other piece, is that they need to, that's why they live together, and that's why they help one another. And so reestablishing a sense of community for those folks, just in a healthier, better way.
What policies would you support to reduce traffic congestion and promote effective growth management in Arvada?
I think I would look at policies that help the city to access grants and funding, bonds that will allow us to either expand certain roads that make sense to expand in Arvada. I know that there is interest in creating different types of transportation that Arvadans can access. And we need to have a balance of those because there's also a lot of drivers in Arvada. And so figuring out ways to balance the infrastructure. And I think I'd be interested in looking at policies that help us to access a way of investing in those things without entirely 100% putting the burden on Arvadans around that, so that it feels equitable and manageable. And I think looking at the comprehensive plan, I know that there's one that exists in our city, and visiting the ideas in that plan and seeing what still might be important to stick with versus, what are we going to have to maybe take off that plate and see how we can instead direct funding towards effective infrastructure.
What specific actions will you take to enhance transparency and build public trust in city council decisions?
When I think about how do we enhance transparency and city trust, it's through communication and using the vehicles that we have to be effective communicators. So, for example, the website, Arvada Press, I think those are good vehicles that are already in existence to be able to communicate effectively to the community. Being people of our words, if we say we're going to do something, then we need to do it. And then we need to stick to the decisions around that, not being wishy-washy, not changing our mind, not caving to certain types of pressures. If we've been able to establish a good reason for making a decision, we need to stick with that. And I think that that's what ultimately builds trust. Same concept works in parenting, right? If you are constantly flipping back and forth on your kids, they start to not trust your decision-making process as a parent. And so when you say no, it means no. When you say yes, it means yes. And so following through on those sorts of things, that establishes trust, conducting ourselves in trustworthy ways. I think there's also an opportunity to expand the ways in which people communicate through social media and things of that nature. I know that the sessions are televised and they're put on a YouTube channel, encouraging members of our community to access those forms of how we represent in the decision-making that's happening at City Council. I would encourage that. So why am I running? I'm running because Arvada matters to me. My kids live here, my parents live here, and so the decisions of local government impact me greatly. And I look forward to using my skill set in psychology, working in corrections, working with both sides of the aisle. I look forward to using that skill set that I've been so effective at using in other venues in our local government. I think I'm a great problem solver and I make good decisions, and I want to be able to make those good decisions on behalf of all Arvadans.